I just got back from a road trip that cost me $5,629 US. I was traveling consistently for 67 days, and I want you to leave me a comment and tell me if you think that price is a lot or a little. I'm very meticulous about budgeting, and cost analysis has always been one of my biggest question marks surrounding road trips, so I'm gonna break down everything for you right here. I drove almost every day of this trip between the US and Canada, and gas was always $4 to $6 a gallon, right around there. Paying for fuel was by far my biggest expense. It was almost 50% of my budget at $2,612 US. Oh my. My skoolie gets around 10 miles to the gallon on a good day, just for a little reference. I cooked almost every single meal in the bus for those 2 months, and my grocery total was $626. For the few times that I did eat out, and the many times that I snuck a snack at the gas station, I paid $241, which, when you think about what percentage gas station and fast food snacks is of my total grocery budget, I can save a lot of money by not going to A&W. But some days when you're driving a long time and you just need a buffalo chicken. I was also rolling with no fridge, so having some like good fresh produce or like protein sometimes was just exactly what I needed, and you know, they make it too easy. The next figure I was really surprised about because I didn't expect it to be such a large number. The amount that I paid for camping was $911, and I would argue that I free camped probably more than half the time. So that 900 came from one rough night that I had to spend at a hotel because I was totally unprepared. The story of that is on my Patreon if you're curious. Other than that, I don't think I paid more than $40 a night for a campsite, but that stuff can really add up quick. I have a category for entrance fees, park fees, if I ever paid for parking, or like if I took a little tour or a trolley ride, something like that. All of those things came to $113. I had to do my laundry a few times, one of which was $15. The others were pretty cheap, but I had to pay $32 for laundry. Most of the time, I just did it at a campground. I also didn't pay for any showers the entire time. I pretty much just saved up my grossness until I could get to a campsite, and then I did my laundry and my showers and everything that has to do with a campsite all in one. So I sort of consider my campground fees being a lot of different things combined into that cost. I have to do some quick math. Hold please. So, I'm a souvenirs girl. I can't help it. I buy a sticker for the back of the bus. I buy a magnet for the fridge. I buy postcards for friends. I am in love with visitor centers and gift shops. I can't help it. I spent $50 on souvenirs, which I think for me is very good. But then I spent a week in Maine with my family, and whoo, girl, I'm a little embarrassed to say I spent almost $500 on things while I was there. If you want to see a haul of all of that fun, delightful, beautiful stuff, leave a comment and let me know. Moving right along from that shameful little tidbit, I do travel with a furry companion. Her name is Mochi. She's sitting right over there waiting for a squirrel to cross her path. And her food and few medicines that she takes were $114 for the 2 months. She did have to take a quick little emergency vet visit. That was $65. A lot cheaper than I would have expected. I was in Quebec at the time. That whole story is also going to be on my Patreon. The last expenses that I have to add to this list are the things you can't really predict or wouldn't have expected. I needed a whole new speaker system because imagine driving 5 hours a day in silence, or worse, with a radio that keeps cutting in and out. I tried and I couldn't do it. I got some really awesome guys in Thunder Bay to help me out. They put in 4 new speakers and an awesome system for me $290. They also let me stay in their parking lot and use their Wi-Fi and hang out on their comfy couches with mochi. I also needed an oil change while I was out and about. I got a full synthetic, which was 106 doll hairs. Da-da-da-da! I consider myself to be pretty frugal. So besides that 1 week in Maine where I went hog wild, I did not spend money on anything besides what's on that list I just shared with you. If you want to know how I afforded this trip, you can click this video about my income, and if you want to see the exciting tales and adventures of the trip itself, you can click this playlist that I made right here. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time!